Okay, I'm going to get started here. Thanks everybody for taking the time to come up. The first presentation I'm doing is about the return on investment in building a website for your business. Money is tight these days, and everyone wants to make sure if they're investing in technology that we're going to get something back for it. The question is there any return on investment in a website? I'm Kristen Fraser from Starlite Communications. One of my areas of expertise is working with clients to help them discover those technology solutions that will really return on investment for them. In today's presentation, I'm going to talk about the ROI, the return on investment that companies discover when they're on the web. Then I'll be doing a quick demo just to show you how easy it is. These days, most business owners know that they need a website for credibility if no other reason. It's no secret that before shopping, more and more people are going to a website to check you out first. They want to know about your products, your services, your prices, and your hours. If you're not there, you're not part of the search. And if you're not part of the search, you're sometimes not a part of their solution. More importantly, though sometimes, the first search is not always for your company, but for your product or your service. If you don't know that there's somewhere out there looking for your product, you need to do your website correctly. But if your product is listed in your keywords, your website will ensure that your customer, potentially your customer, will include your business at the end of the set that they're considering. Once they find your product, ultimately once they find you, your website can be set up as an online store, ready and waiting 24 hours a day to take their order and take their money. And the internet also offers a variety of cost-effective advertising options, like search engine marketing and online advertising. These can be designed to drive traffic to your website and also to you. Here's Dave Chalk, our internet and business consultant.
You know, for a small business today, it is not only essential, but it's imperative they have a website.
It used to be that to maintain and operate a website required a programmer, sort of an IT manager, and a graphic designer. And for most companies, that was cost prohibitive. But today, there are simple tools that make it so easy not only to create the website, but also to administer it, to see what's actually happening on the website, where the traffic's coming from. At least have enough of a web presence that they can follow up and get the important message that you're trying to give. It's not about starting out with a huge website. It's about getting something there that'll help you to continue the relationship with that customer. First reason for being online, you're available 24/7. That means people have access to your information and your products 24 hours a day without you, the owner, or your employees being there. Secondly, when you look at the statistics today about how people are shopping, more than 90% of all people shop online before they purchase. And you don't have to go to a full commerce website out of the gate. But the fact that you've provided them with the information they're looking for, they feel more of an affinity towards you. If a customer feels they've been properly educated, they have a propensity to go to that vendor or retailer or manufacturer to get the product they're looking for. When you compare the cost of being online to possibly printing brochures, catalogs, and materials, it's actually less now once you get the website up and running.
Look at the return you get for making that what I call a very reasonable investment. You've got the best possibility of both worlds.
And of course, what this all means is that even if you're not trying to set up an online store, there's still a value in having an online presence, if only because your customers expect to find you there. Here's Richard Barnaby of BSI Insurance, who discovered that his website added to his credibility with his customer base.
It made us a lot more credible, I think. We noticed right away that certain companies that we were doing business with or wanted to do business with, when we referred them to our website, certainly viewed us differently and better. We did the same thing for clients too. When we approached certain clients who didn't know us, didn't know of us, if you gave them the website, it really kind of gave them that extra security and said, yeah, they are who they say they are. I mean, how do you authenticate anything nowadays if a salesman comes to your door? That's what we saw as the major benefit in it.
You know, people nowadays, instead of turning to the yellow pages right away, you know, they'll go on the web and do a search. So as long as you have your presence on there, they can find you, they'll phone you.
But we do expect that more and more people will shop using the web.
It's readily available nowadays as opposed to even 5 years ago, where there's a lot of companies that host websites that are not even very expensive. As an example, I'll even use MTS. If you buy a business package with DSL, you get to host a free website.
Well, we hope that it's brought us more customers. That would be the first thing. The second thing, I think, is that it's given our customers a feeling that we are a substantial company and that they can trust us more. Obviously you buy insurance, it's what you're buying is basically a form of trust. From all the advertising that we do and the money that we spend on promotions, that's probably the most effective one for the money, because it's really not a costly effect. It's not costly to keep it going. Having the website has really helped us in our goals for growth and the image that we wanted to portray. All of that goes together with everything else we do. It just makes sense for us to be modern, be on the web.
And Richard's not the only one to share his story. Sheila Sorachan of Soy Harvest Candles runs a one-person operation out of her home. As you can imagine, she has no time, few resources, so she lets her technology do some of the heavy lifting for her. Her website helped her manage her advertising costs and let her expand her operation to national and international markets.
I first decided to go online with the company because of the cost of print. I didn't want to be stuck with a huge volume of print product that wasn't current. The first website, I did pay somebody to do it. So I went with a website and it was static, and as soon as I needed a change done on it, now it was a charge per use. So it didn't get changed as often as I wanted it to, so I started researching and looking for a different company that would be able to host a website, but maybe I could make those changes myself. My website is managed on my time. It is managed when I have time and I have the time to do it. All I need is an internet connection and a computer. It doesn't matter where I am to make those changes. The new service that I'm using, it's basically you push a button and it now sends your files up to the internet and people search your domain name and away you go. So there isn't any information. I didn't need to know how to FTP serve files. I didn't need to know how to be a web wizard. And it's very easy to use. People from the US that I would never have had contact with or would never have known about my product because of the way that the searches and the Google searches automatically put things up. I'm at the top of the list. So that's one of the greatest things about it. Right now it's just a static site still, but I still am able to manage it myself. And it's drive two different types of customers to it, which is a end retail customer, and then the other part is my wholesale business, which is the stores, of course. Be able to break that up a little bit so that I can have it front facing to my end customer, and then the other side would be facing to the wholesale business where there could be a login, user ID and login, so that different information is provided to different people. I would really like to go into Alberta, BC, Saskatchewan, even to penetrate Saskatchewan a little bit more than it has been, and Ontario, of course. Hopefully with the website I will be able to do that, and again it's just saving time and being able to do things smarter.
Both BSI Insurance and Soy Harvest Candles found being on the web saved dollars over print advertising. Not only does the internet have a better geographic reach, but it makes it easy to update your advertising, your prices, your product offerings, and at your convenience.